Imagine a king appearing from nowhere, without father, mother, or recorded lineage, yet blessed by Abraham himself. This figure emerges, gives an offering, and then vanishes from the pages of history as mysteriously as he arrived. By the end of this documentary, you'll uncover the jaw-dropping truth of Melchizedek's identity and his shocking significance for your faith. Our story begins in Genesis 14, after Abraham rescues Lot and reclaims the spoils of war. As Abraham returns, a figure unlike any other steps onto the stage of biblical history. His name, Melchizedek, King of Salem, and a priest of God Most High. The text gives no mention of his parents, no birth, no death, no genealogy, a stark contrast to nearly every other significant biblical character. He brings out bread and wine, blesses Abraham, and Abraham gives him a tenth of everything. It's a sudden, profound encounter with a man described as King of Righteousness and King of Peace. But wait, what makes this so astonishing? Abraham, the patriarch of faith, submits to this unknown king-priest. He recognizes Melchizedek's authority as a priest of the one true God, long before the Levitical priesthood or the nation of Israel even existed. This silent, powerful entrance leaves us with more questions than answers. If this figure holds such profound spiritual authority, why does the Bible deliberately omit his ancestry and end? Is this a purposeful silence, or a profound clue to his true nature? The mystery deepens when we consider the strict requirements for priesthood in ancient Israel. Priesthood was a hereditary office, passed down through the line of Aaron, from the tribe of Levi. Yet, here is Melchizedek, appearing centuries before Levi was born, before Moses, and before any formal law was given. The author of Hebrews later describes him as, without father or mother, without genealogy, having neither beginning of days nor end of life. This isn't just a lack of recorded information, it's a deliberate, theological statement. No one else in Scripture is described this way. This makes Melchizedek utterly unique, standing outside the conventional human order. But wait, why would God introduce such an extraordinary priestly figure only to leave his origins so shrouded in obscurity? His eternal description sets him apart not just from other priests, but from nearly all humanity. If he predates the Mosaic law and the Aaronic priesthood, what order of priesthood is he? And why does the Bible point to another, greater priest in his order? Centuries after Abraham's encounter, a prophetic whisper echoes through the Psalms, reigniting the Melchizedek mystery. In Psalm 110, one of the most significant messianic psalms, David writes, "The Lord has sworn and will not change his mind, you are a priest forever, in the order of Melchizedek." This is astounding. God himself makes an oath, not for an Aaronic priest, but for someone in the mysterious order of Melchizedek. It signals a shift, a new kind of eternal priesthood, one superior to the temporary, earthly Levitical system that was yet to be established. This wasn't merely a historical reference, it was a divine promise. But wait, why would God prophesy a future priesthood based on an ancient, enigmatic figure who seemingly vanished? This prophecy, written hundreds of years after Abraham's time, clearly indicates that Melchizedek was more than a fleeting character. He was a foundational pattern. This eternal priesthood, in the order of Melchizedek, demanded a fulfillment far beyond anything known to Israel. But who could possibly fulfill such an ancient, mysterious calling, an eternal priest not of Aaron's line? The New Testament finally pulls back the curtain, revealing the astonishing answer to Melchizedek's identity and purpose. The book of Hebrews dedicates entire chapters to this very subject, declaring unequivocally that Jesus Christ is the fulfillment of Psalm chapter 110 verse 4. He is a priest forever, in the order of Melchizedek. This makes perfect sense when you consider Jesus' own lineage. He was from the tribe of Judah, not Levi, making him ineligible for the Aaronic priesthood under the Mosaic law. But wait, his priesthood transcends earthly lineage. It is not on the basis of a legal requirement concerning bodily descent, but by the power of an indestructible life. Jesus' sacrifice was once for all, perfect and eternal, unlike the repeated sacrifices of the Levitical priests. Therefore, his priesthood must also be superior and eternal, echoing the unique qualities of Melchizedek. The author of Hebrews states, "And what we have said is even more clear if another priest arises in the likeness of Melchizedek, who has become a priest not on the basis of a legal requirement concerning bodily descent but by the power of an indestructible life. For it is declared, 'You are a priest forever, in the order of Melchizedek,' but if Jesus is the fulfillment, why was Melchizedek presented with such supernatural, almost divine, obscurity? Was he merely a type, or something more profound, perhaps even Christ himself?" Scholars have long debated Melchizedek's exact nature. Was he a human historical figure who served as a type or foreshadowing of Christ, or was he a theophany, a pre-incarnate appearance of Jesus himself? The type view holds that he was a righteous Canaanite king-priest, a unique individual chosen by God to serve as a perfect human model for the coming Christ. His lack of recorded ancestry is seen as a literary device, highlighting his symbolic role. But wait, the theophany view argues that his description, without father or mother, having neither beginning of days nor end of life, but resembling the Son of God, is too profound for a mere man. He appears suddenly, receives homage from Abraham, and his unique attributes mirror those of Christ himself. The Bible never corrects this impression of divinity. Some scholars believe his appearance was a direct manifestation of the Son of God, preparing the way for Abraham to understand the future, superior covenant. Both views acknowledge his critical role in pointing to Christ. But regardless of his exact nature, his appearance profoundly altered the spiritual landscape. What does this ancient, mysterious encounter mean for your faith today? Whether a pre-incarnate Christ or a divinely appointed human type, Melchizedek's legacy is monumental. He stands as a signpost pointing directly to Jesus. His priesthood was superior to Aaron's because Abraham, the father of all Israel and the ancestor of Levi, paid tithes to him and received his blessing. This signifies a greater authority. What does this mean for us? It means we have a high priest who is not limited by human frailty, by death, or by lineage. Jesus, because he continues forever, has a permanent priesthood. This isn't just theology, it's profoundly practical. We don't need an intermediary of earthly priests or endless sacrifices. We have direct, confident access to God through Christ. He is able to save completely those who come to God through him, because he always lives to intercede for them. Melchizedek, the mysterious king of righteousness, foreshadowed a new covenant, a new and living way, sealed by the eternal high priest, Jesus Christ. His story reveals God's eternal plan, unfolded across millennia, culminating in his Son. God's intricate, eternal plan, woven through figures like Melchizedek, assures us of Christ's supreme and lasting authority in your life. If this truth strengthens your faith, subscribe and join us as we continue to uncover the Bible's profound mysteries.